think I need a haircut, don't you? It's getting a little bit Wolverine beard as well. The trouble is, when I do this vlog, I film a lot of pickups the next day because I'm always one day behind. So there's loads of time traveling in this vlog. Sometimes I'll appear from yesterday, sometimes I'll appear from tomorrow. The rest of the time I'm here today. So the continuity might be a bit squiffy for the next day or so. And yesterday, I guess. Yeah, let's get a haircut. That's much better. Yo! Before and afters. Didn't have time to do the beard today, so it's just the top. Alright, in today's video I want to share 3 tips about how to get stuff done and avoid that sort of ADHD temptation to just sit on your phone just scrolling through TikTok videos. And believe me, that's a temptation that I understand all too well. Alright, first tip. I'm wearing a different outfit. I told you the continuity was going to be a bit squiffy for a while. Alright, that tip. Something I always do is make sure that I leave myself something that's either really, really easy or really, really fun to do first thing in the morning. So if I'm working on something in the workshop and at the end of the day there's like a really easy task like putting in the last screw, I will purposely not do that task. And what I'll do instead is I'll leave that, because then I know in the morning when I wake up and come in, I'm like, I've just got to do that one screw and then that job's complete. And because that's something really easy that gets me downstairs into the workshop, before you know it, you're away. Or like today, for example, I knew that I wanted to spray paint my skateboard, and that's something fun. This gets me down and into the workshop and out of the office just scrolling on my phone. See you, Chris. Cheers, buddy. Right, this is Brett, and this is the man who pulls his own extractor fan off of the wall. I lent him some tools, he's just brought them back, but it's a trade. So I fixed your extractor fan, and now as my accountant, you all deal with this. Does that seem fair?
I suppose.
All right.
Nice. Cheers.
Bye, Brett. Alright, this is tip number 2, and this is kind of the antithesis of how some people like to work. But I'm working on this big piece of furniture right now. Here's the plans. I designed and drew all this, but it's really complicated and it's a really big job. This unit is 1.8 meters across and like 2 meters tall, and all of this section is bifolding, and there's all of these appliances inside. So we have like coffee machines, fridges, all this kind of stuff. Now, it's too much for me to conceive all at one time, and just to try and think of that job as one job is just immediately overwhelming to me. But what I do know is that I can make a side panel like this. And so all I worry about is making a side panel. Then I make 2 side panels. Then I know I need a rail across the top and a rail across the bottom. And I just work my way through the plans. And then that way making all of this is much less overwhelming, because actually all I'm doing is making this, and then I'm making this twice, and then I'm making this piece, and then I'm going to make this piece. And I don't worry about all of this, I just worry about one thing at a time. I just take baby steps and I just take a little bite out of this each day, and slowly but surely it starts to move along, one component at a time. See, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Hello. 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 Oh. What are we having? I like your funny pants.
Oh, thanks. I made them.
Need a less squeaky chair. There's a reason I keep a couple of really ugly. There's a reason I keep a couple of really ugly chairs in this room, and it's because they don't squeak. Now I can sit on it, and it's not squeaking. See? Tip number 3 is about making yourself beholden to other people. If you make yourself beholden to somebody else, then you don't want to let them down. That feeling of really not wanting to let somebody down can be a really great motivating tool. I guess what I'm saying is set deadlines with clients, with friends. Make sure that there's someone who's going to check in on you and make sure that you've done that thing that you said you were going to do. Yeah. Do you know what's a funny byproduct of this vlog? I kind of feel beholden to people who know that this is like daily. I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let myself down now that I'm doing it daily. I'm kind of like into a rhythm and I don't want to let that go. But the trouble is now I need content every day, and that's forcing me to do more stuff than I would naturally do in a day. So even though each day this edit takes me about 4 hours, overall I'm doing even more than I normally would, plus the vlog as well. So yeah, this has been like a great force multiplier for me. I've managed to get so much more done since I started doing even more. Anyway, that's it. Just 3 short tips. I don't want to spend like 10 minutes lecturing people on how to get things done. It's pretty boring. Good night, I guess.